Doctor, when we talk about Africa, so much attention is on the Horn of Africa, where for over 3 seasons, rain has been hard to come by. Severe drought is the order of the day. What really is causing these severe environmental conditions, and how badly are the people affected?
Climate change is with us to stay and is only going to get worse. Why? When you look at the entire global architecture of actions being taken to reduce emissions, it's quite not moving at the same pace in which the impacts of climate change are happening. And the drought in the Horn of Africa today, as you've rightly mentioned, is as a result of a changing climate and scientifically linked to it. Because of that, without lowering emissions, then the droughts are going to continue. But the issue is there are ways in which we can be able to put not only strategies but actions in place to reduce the impacts of drought and the impacts of floods. And this entails working with nature, not against nature, simple environmental actions like agroforestry that most of our mothers in communities are practicing, rainwater harvesting that could be tapped when there are rains downpour to be able to be used in irrigation. And this needs to become the norm in national culture. Simple approaches like application of organic fertilizer and biofertilizer could actually restore the soil and ensure that water infiltration and also the soil chemical processes can be able to function even when there are droughts. But the big question is that these actions are happening in pockets. And the question then is, how do we bring this to scale? We need incentives, financial incentives. We need policy incentives that at least help ensure that resources get down to the people on the ground, but leveraging on structures that are accessible to the people, that when there are resources in terms of finance, this money should not just be given to individuals, should be given through structures like cooperatives. We call them tongtings in Cameroon or jangis, where there are people who can then be able to access these resources and carry out actions that are climate resilient, climate friendly, to build their resilience and can be able to track. Because without using these accessible structures that most of African community actually have access to, we might not be able to actually get resources, get them to those who need it most to build climate resilience and carry out some of these simple actions that I've mentioned.